Okay, hi guys, welcome back. Look, I'm in my home. I'm at my house. I'm back in Los Angeles and I'm so sick. So sick. Everyone told me the whole tour, they're like, by the end of tour, you will be sick. Everyone gets sick at the end of tour. And I was like, no, I'll be fine. And then it hit me like crazy. Tuesday got really sick and then I've stayed sick. Now it's Thursday, but I'm sorry that this episode is coming out late. There literally was no way I was going to be able, I couldn't do anything. So I apologize for the episode coming out late, but speaking of tour, thank you again for anyone who came to my tour, anyone who did the meet and greet with me, anyone who just sat in the audience, anyone I got to hang out with, anyone who laughed, had a good time, anyone who, if you didn't have a good time, thank you for coming. Just thank you for, I think it's so, getting people like together like that. I think after COVID especially, we have so much holdups about like going to events, and I just appreciate anyone who took the time, especially anyone who came by themselves. Like, you're so brave. You're braver than me. I appreciate you so much. I hope you met someone. I hope someone made some kind of connection, friendship, relationship, whatever it is. I'm so glad that you came. Anyway, I'm going to keep this intro short because my episode's already late. So I'm trying to get this all together and send it out so that you guys have it by Friday morning, which is 2 days late. I'm so sorry. But I hope that you enjoy this episode. Daria's such a cool person. Like, I had such a fun time filming this with her, and I'm so glad that I got to meet her through this podcast. I'm so glad I've gotten to meet so many people through this podcast. I'm truly so grateful and blessed and lucky and thankful. And yeah, I'm going to take it easy. I'm going to try to recover from whatever is going on with my body. And until then, I love you all so much. Thank you so much. Thank you for everything. Okay. Mwah, 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 mwah. This episode is sponsored by Mint Mobile. I don't know about you, but I like keeping my money where I can see it. If you're fed up from crazy high wireless bills, bogus fees, and free perks that actually cost more in the long run, then it's time to switch to Mint Mobile. If you like your money, Mint Mobile is for you. Shop plans at mintmobile.com/Shannon. That's mintmobile.com/Shannon. Disclaimer, upfront payment of $45 for 3 months of 5 gigabyte plan is required, which is the equivalent of $15 a month for 3 months. New customer offer for first 3 months only. Then full price plans options available. Taxes and fees are extra. See Mint Mobile for details. This episode is sponsored by Paired. Have you ever struggled with feeling connected to your partner or wanting to prioritize feeling connected to your partner? I know my sapphic audience is going to love Paired. It's an app for couples that want to strengthen their relationships. It was founded on the simple belief that real, lasting love is a daily practice. Whether you're just a few dates in or you're in a long-term relationship, find the time to connect with your partner and nourish your relationship. Start strengthening your relationship in a fun, easy way that takes only 5 minutes a day. Head to paired.com/Shannon and get a 7-day free trial and 25% off if you sign up for a subscription. Just head to paired.com/Shannon to sign up today. This episode is sponsored by Rula. Telehealth has made mental health care more accessible and convenient for millions of people. But finding a suitable therapist, scheduling appointments, and the expensive out-of-pocket costs still keep many from getting the care that they need. Rula is on a mission to make high-quality mental health care from a licensed professional easy and affordable for everyone. They take most major insurance plans, and your copay on average is $15 per session. Thousands have already trusted Rula to help them on their journey towards improved mental health and overall well-being. Head on over to rula.com/Shannon to get started today. After you sign up, they ask where you heard about them. Please support my show and let them know that I sent you. Go to rula.com/Shannon and take the first steps towards better mental health today. You deserve quality care from someone who cares. Okay, hi guys, welcome back to Exes and O's, a podcast where we talk about queer relationships and sex, and I'm so excited to have this guest in my bed. We keep joking about the bed.
It's the elephant in the room. I'm like, this is the only bed my wife would let me be in with another woman. Does everybody say that when they come on here?
Not everyone has a wife.
Oh, fair.
Yeah.
Touche.
But, yeah. Okay. Anyway, her name is Daria Berenato, and you may know her
formerly a WWE wrestler, Sonia. What's the last name? DeVille.
Yeah, you're doing great.
So many names.
Yeah,
and I
there's a
really
lot.
don't want to mess it up.
You didn't.
Okay.
You're doing great.
I'm so happy to have you here.
I'm so happy to be here.
So Sonia is no more.
Yeah, no, Sonia is no more. She will live forever, I believe.
Yeah.
It was a good 10 years, but yeah, it's Daria now. Back to Daria.
Back to Daria now.
Yeah.
Look, I can do it.
Yeah.
I'm saying it right.
So yeah, I mean, you need to tell the people how you wanted to say my name.
I want to say it like Daria.
It's a different name. I don't think it's the same name.
It's a completely different name. But I said my mom also thinks my name is Shannon, not Shannon. So it's the same.
I think your name is Shannon.
Well,
But I will try
my
really
mom would
hard to
love
say
you.
Shannon. Shannon?
No, don't try.
It's like
Be
Minnesota.
yourself. Be
Okay.
yourself. That's
I'll
what
be
this
me.
bed is all about.
That's what this is.
10 years is forever long.
It's a long time.
Yeah.
Especially starting at 21.
Yeah.
Now I'm 31 and I'm like, whoa.
And you got on the show because you did like a competition show, right? Like, or you got on.
Essentially, yeah, it's like a, like, did you ever watch The Challenge or anything on MTV? It's like a competition show where the winners get a contract into WWE.
Did you ever think, first of all, that you were going to get it, but then also that you would do it for 10 years?
No, none of the above.
Yeah.
I was fighting MMA, living in LA, bartending,
Nice.
part-time, fighting MMA part-time, and trying to host and act.
Okay.
That was like the dream. And then a friend of mine, Maria Menounos, was like, have you ever thought about WWE? And I was like, no, I'm acting and fighting over here. And she's like, well, it's literally
It's literally like the perfect,
combination of both those
it's a
things.
perfect job.
I was like, yeah, you're right. And long story short, I ended up getting a tryout. Never thought I was going to get on the show because I showed up and it was like fitness models and and I was just this girl from Jersey that wanted to be a fighter. And next thing you know, I'm on the show. Next thing you know, I'm in WWE 10 years.
That's so, how, is that really hard on your body?
Yeah, it's very physical.
Yeah.
I always compare like MMA and WWE, and it's like so different. Like MMA, obviously, it's like a lot of black eyes, bloody noses, stuff like that. But WWE, it's like you land wrong, and it's your back, your neck.
Did you ever have to be out, or were you good?
Tore my ACL. Damn. Just recent. Like I was out for a year, came back for like a year, and then just left. Yeah.
Okay, you know what I'm most curious about is your outfits on. Because you have like a very eclectic style. Like I feel like you go all the way to full suit, which hot when you had like a black suit and it was like all the way tied up. But then like your wedding, you wore like a white suit, but then it's like feminine. But then your outfits on WWE are so like they're very
Good. Say it. Say it. What are they?
I was gonna say like scandalous, almost like they're very feminine.
Yeah. I wouldn't say scandalous.
Not scandalous, but like strappy.
Oh, that could mean a lot of things in this bed.
Dude, I'm like, do you know what I mean?
Yes, I do know what
Feminine.
you mean. More feminine.
Yeah. Strappy and feminine, like those are not synonyms. Okay.
It's really funny
good.
that's what came to your mind was strappy.
I've
I
had-
get what you mean because there's a lot of designing and
yes.
pattern. Yeah, I get it.
Okay.
But
I need to put a picture in so people know what I'm talking about.
give reference to that conversation.
I haven't slept much.
Context. Yeah, you take a late flight home. But yeah, I confuse a lot of people, and a lot of people will be like, "What are you?" And I don't do it on purpose, truly, but I truly just I don't overthink it, and I just do whatever I want to do.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was in a boss role in WWE for 2 years, so I did the suits thing. I just pulled them out of nowhere. I showed my boss. I was like, I want to wear suits on TV, and he's like, all right, cool. So we created this character around it, and it was sick. And I think the fans really enjoyed it. And then I was back in the ring, and I was having this evolution of my character, and she was more like nose in the air, like I run this place, kind of like an evil queen, evil leader kind of thing. And so that's just what aesthetically I thought she manifested herself to be.
Cool.
And then in my real life, like same thing, like sometimes I'm feeling super feminine. I mean, I don't wear dresses, but like sometimes I want to look hot and I want to look feminine, and other times I want to look, can we curse on here?
Yeah.
Sometimes I want to look like a fuckboy, and I want to wear like a button down shirt with a bra underneath and like low cut jeans. Like I go with my mood.
Nice. Do you feel like you've gotten like more comfortable in your style as you've gotten older, or like has it always been like this for you?
Yeah, no, definitely more comfortable.
Yeah.
The beginning of my life, it was like, it's okay. So here it is. Here's the timeline
Okay.
of my aesthetic. It was dress super feminine because we know we're gay, but we don't want to be gay, right?
Never heard of that, but yes,
Really,
of course.
right?
Yeah.
So it was like, just be feminine and date boys and all will be well. And then as I came out, it was like, oh, okay, I can lean into this a little bit. And I started finding like my little tomboy aesthetic and, you know, wearing loafers and button down shirts. And I really felt like in my own skin doing that. But then there was like certain events that I would go to and I just wanted to feel feminine.
Yeah.
And I wanted to be able to put on, you know, a little pump and some dress pants or whatever I wanted to wear and feel feminine.
Nice.
And so now, full circle, I feel like I'm at the point where, yeah, I just allow myself to do whatever I want to do and I don't put myself in like a box, you know.
I do feel like there's like, that is like a normal trajectory of like dress so femme and then coming out and you're like, I'm going to dress. So I want everyone to know I'm gay.
Yeah.
It's like the same thing with a rainbow where you're just like,
Yes.
go all the way fuckboy. And then you're kind of like, wait, who am I? What am I dressing for?
Right.
Like, you start to try to dress like a lesbian.
100%.
And then you're like, wait, what do lesbians dress
Well, because
like?
it's like when you're single and you're newly gay, you want to make it known
You
that
want
you're
people
gay.
to,
Yeah.
You're like, talk to me.
100%.
Yeah.
But that works on Instagram. Like when I started dressing more mask on Instagram, like that's when people would slide in the DMs. Like they
Hey.
were like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah, it
And
definitely.
now that I'm married and I'm secure and I know what I'm doing, I'm like, my wife likes me both ways. And
That's so nice.
know?
And your wife is like super femme,
yeah.
would you say?
Yeah.
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 Your wife's, I have ADHD. Your wife's vows to you, I died.
Is that not the greatest thing you've ever
So
seen?
funny. Did you expect that from her?
No. Did you see my face in the
Yeah,
video?
the whole time your faces are like,
Shannon,
wait, can you explain what she did?
Okay, so essentially, I show up to my wedding. I'm supposed to be the funny one. I'm supposed to be the performer. And I just write some generic ass meaningful vows. And leading up to the wedding, she was a little nervous about doing the vows because she's very private and like doesn't wear her heart on her sleeve.
Got it.
So she was nervous about it. And she's like, do we have to do like the public vow thing? And I'm like, yes, we're doing it. She's like, okay. So unbeknownst to me, she was sneaking off to our kids' middle school during lunch break to practice with the music teacher
I'm going to cry.
to do a remake to Bo Burnham song of our vows.
It's so funny.
So
she was practicing.
Oh, yeah, turning off her location,
Stop.
sneaking to the kids' school, which I wouldn't have questioned her being at the kids' school. I was like I don't
that
know
would
what
be
goes
the
on there in the middle of the
sketchy
day. Like, I don't care. But anyway, and so I walk down the aisle. My beautiful wife to be walks down the aisle. Everything's normal. And then I see her like cue somebody. Like she's looking like up into the sky and like, and I'm like, what the? And I start looking at the ceiling. If you see the video, I'm like thinking like balloons are going to drop or something. I'm like, what's good? Like confetti.
Yeah.
And then like a gentle like piano note starts playing. And like, I look and it's the music teacher. I'm like, what is going on? And she just starts rapping to Bo Burnham. And it was in that moment that
And it's like kind of singy too. There's
yeah,
like some singing.
yeah, borderline
There's a
sing
little
rapping.
sing. Yeah. Yeah.
And I was like, I'm fucked. She's beautiful, cool, and talented.
So sweet.
Like,
That was so sweet.
it was the coolest.
How long had y'all been together before you got married?
2 years. Now we've
Okay.
been married a year, so 3.
Oh my gosh. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Because that was 2024, right? The wedding. Yeah.
Yeah, last
Yeah.
year.
You look beautiful and
Thank
she looked
you.
beautiful. It was such a
she's
pretty, I feel like you guys did a really, I've talked about this before on the podcast, but like I feel like my whole life I can't really picture my wedding because I'm like,
Interesting.
There's just so little representation of like a gay wedding that
Fair
I'm
point.
like, that's what me and my wife would look like,
Right.
you know? Because there's so many, there's like 2 girls in a dress and there's like the suit, like a full suit and a dress. And I'm
Right.
like, there's something, there's gotta be something in between that I want to hit. And I
Yes.
feel like you hit it really well.
So, do you want to hear the fiasco behind that?
Please.
So, I had this company that makes my ring gear, like my wrestling gear. But
Okay.
that's not what they make costumes. They make all kinds of stuff. But they do like edgier stuff. So I was like, I'm going to have them make my wedding outfit. They're like, we've never made bridal before. I'm like, it's okay because this isn't traditional bridal.
Yeah.
They're amazing. They made 2 outfits. They come to my doorstep a week before the wedding and I hate them.
No, a week before the wedding?
Hate them.
This is making me
Okay.
stressed. Okay.
The anxiety.
Yeah.
and I'm traveling, like things are happening, and I'm trying to like, I try it on and I'm like, no, this is not, like, send it back, we'll fix it. And I'm like, I don't know if it's a fixed thing. I think we might have just missed the mark on the design. Like, because my whole thing was, I want you to perfectly marry masculine and feminine.
Yeah.
Because that is me, right? I'm in the middle. Like, I can go either way, but I love being in the middle. And so I'm like, I need you to perfectly marry the two. Got it. Now we're 3 days before the wedding. They send back the alterations. Still not it. No. Call my suit guy. I'm like, all right, just make me a custom white suit. This will be a backup, last resort. But like, because I didn't want to be, I wanted to make something more special. Yeah. He makes that. Okay, it's great. Then Tony went to an amazing dress designer in Long Island, and she's great. I'm like, she does dresses. Yeah. Tony's like, well, maybe she can whip you something up that's not a dress.
This is 3 days before the wedding.
3 days.
This is so
my
much.
anxiety.
I'm
my
not
very
well.
My life is the only thing I can't. I just want it to look good.
Yeah, and like you're a girl, and it's your wedding.
I'm a girl.
Like,
and it's my wedding.
That's so much pressure.
Sucks.
3 days before.
So I get on the phone with the dress designer, and she's like, all right, you got to drive to Long Island right now, and I can maybe have it done day of. I'm like, okay. I'm like, what are we making? And she's like, I got you.
No way.
And she just designs me the most beautiful long cape thing as you saw. But to give you context, the night before the wedding, me and my best friend stayed in my room till 3 a.m. trying on different variations of the 4 outfits. Just freaking out.
I can't.
Panic attack mode.
I can't.
What am I going to wear to my wedding?
That's too much. But and then it's perfect.
Yes.
Which is great.
Worked out.
And I'm assuming your wife had like her whole thing planned.
Oh yeah, she was good. She was locked and loaded.
Yeah.
2 dresses, 1 cocktail, 1 ceremony, 1 reception. They both looked gorgeous.
Yeah.
But that's easier. Like getting a dress made is easier.
A dress is a dress at the end of the day. It's like, I always say, I think what I will want to do, but
tell me.
Who knows? But I think what I would want to do is whoever designs my wife's dress, have them design what I do. That's
key, right?
I'm like, make it, I don't want to look, God knows if I'm getting married anyway. But at this point, who knows what's happening. But I don't want it, I want us to look like complimentary.
Right.
And that would be my biggest fear is like, I don't want it to not like live in the same world.
Yes, 100%.
And I feel like if you go by yourself and do it, there's just like such a higher chance that you'd end up looking. You
couldn't have given me this advice.
We should have talked.
We should have talked.
Yeah. Why are we just now meeting? This is stupid.
It's ridiculous.
But it worked out for you. And that's
It
so
did,
nice.
thank God. But that, it was scary.
This episode is sponsored by Mint Mobile. I don't know about you, but I like keeping my money where I can see it. Unfortunately, traditional big wireless companies also seem to like to keep my money. If you're fed up of crazy high wireless bills, bogus fees, and free perks that actually cost more in the long run, then switch to Mint Mobile. Say bye-bye to your overpriced wireless plans, jaw-dropping monthly bills, and overage charges. Mint Mobile is here to rescue you with premium wireless plans that start at $15 per month. All plans come with high-speed data and unlimited talk and text, delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. Use your own phone with any Mint Mobile plan and keep your phone number, along with all your existing contacts. Ditch overpriced wireless and get 3 months of premium wireless service with Mint Mobile for $15 a month. If you like your money, Mint Mobile is for you. Shop plans at mintmobile.com/Shannon. That's mintmobile.com/Shannon. Disclaimer. Upfront payment of $45 for 3 months 5 gigabyte plan required, equivalent to $15 a month. New customer offer for first 3 months only. Then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees are extra. See Mint Mobile for details. This episode is sponsored by Paired. Do you want to prioritize your partner and the bond that you have with your partner, but do you have a hard time finding time to do it? You should download Paired. It's an app for couples who want to strengthen their relationship. All of Paired's content is backed by experts and relationship therapists, and it's proven to work. You and your partner both download the app and then you pair together. And every day, Paired gives you personalized questions, quizzes, and games to stay connected and deepen your conversations and have fun too. It makes making time for your relationship easy and fun. You learn to communicate better, open up more, and argue less. Plus, you get to learn new things about each other and strengthen your relationship, which isn't that kind of the whole point? I think playing games with a partner, especially connection games like this, can be so helpful Whether you're early on in your relationship or you're deeply into your relationship, I think it's good to keep checking in and always learn new things about each other. So whether you're just a few dates in or you've been in a relationship for a long time, find the time to connect with your partner and nourish your relationship. Start strengthening your relationship in a fun, easy way that only takes about 5 minutes a day. Head to paired.com/Shannon and get a free 7-day trial or 25% off a subscription if you sign up. Just head to paired.com/Shannon and sign up today.
And then you're a stepmom now.
I am.
And how all is well?
All is well. I 9-year-old, a 13-year-old, both girls.
Cute.
We have a lot of estrogen in our house.
Love.
It's amazing.
Love that.
It's all the things you would imagine it is.
Yeah, that's all you need.
We have chickens, we have ducks, we have dogs. I mean, it's like a full house.
You are like so domesticated, but then you also are a wrestler / actor / potential podcast.
Right. Yes.
You're doing so much. But then you're like literally a mom.
I'm so normal at home. There's no coolness to me. Like,
I doubt it.
The kids occasionally think I'm cool when they come to a show or something. And like, oh yeah, she does do that. But like, they're used to seeing me at home as like mom. Like I run them to their cheer practice. I take them to horse lessons where, I'm yelling at them to get their jacket and their shoes off the floor. Like,
It's so cute.
It's very normal.
Is it everything that you dreamed your life would be?
Yes. 100%.
Did you think, so you came out when you were 21?
Yeah, publicly. Yeah.
Publicly?
Yeah.
But you knew you were gay when?
Oh God. Well,
Oh God.
hey, there's always a story. Well, when I was kissing girls, end of middle school, beginning of high school.
Okay.
Yeah, I just always knew. It just wasn't an option.
Yeah. But why wasn't it an option?
There was no gay around me. Like there was no gay.
There was no gay.
There was no gay.
I wasn't going to be the first gay.
Yep. I mean, I was, but yeah, it was weird. I lived in a really small town in South Jersey. You know a lot about Jersey. Talked about.
Yeah. Familiar with that place.
I didn't mean it like that. But Jersey's a good place, but small town, and there was no gay representation. There was no rainbow flags. Like, it was just very straight.
Yeah.
And I didn't know it was like even an option.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, it's this thing I like to do sometimes, but like maybe I'm just meant to be like everybody else.
Yeah. So you came out publicly when you're 21. Did you come out privately like before that?
Yeah. I had dated-ish people like maybe 18 when I moved out on my own when I was 17.
Okay.
So that's when I started to live my free life, and I was like, I can try and date women, but I didn't know how to date women, and dating apps weren't that big then. I think that was when like you would like go on online. Like there was no apps.
Yeah. I think, when did Tinder start?
Not then.
Not then.
I don't think it was there yet.
Remember OkCupid? I mean, I wasn't on it, but
Yeah, it was like christianmingle.com, farmers, whatever.
we were doing www back then.
Yes, www.
It was not an app.
No apps for that. So I didn't know how to do it. I didn't know what I was doing. I would just, if I thought a girl was attractive, I would like try to like really low key flirt and see if I got anywhere. And it worked a couple times, and I dabbled, and I was like, I knew that was what I wanted to do. I just didn't know how or where to do it.
Yeah. How to go about it.
It was weird.
I feel like we're in such a strange little pocket of like an age demographic where we had some stuff, but not all the stuff. So like
Facts.
You could make it happen, but you kind of had to work to make it happen.
Yes.
Also, I was just meeting people through Tumblr.
Yeah, what were you doing? Wait,
Tumblr.
what was Tumblr?
It's like a website, like a blogging website. I'm 32.
I'm 31.
Yeah. So, I'm from Dallas, and I went to college in Oklahoma. I was like, oh God.
When did you come out?
When I kissed a girl when I was 16, and I was like, fuck.
That's it.
This is a
Kissed a
problem.
girl and I liked it. Yep.
Yeah, and then I was like, okay, I'm gonna go to Oklahoma, join sorority. Like I will
And be as straight as I possibly could be.
And I'm like,
Oh my God,
I will meet my husband in a frat house. Did I do that? No. Then I was just around hundreds of hot girls all the time, and I was like, fuck. I'm like, they're gonna find out. They're gonna find out.
Right. You feel like, yep.
Yeah. But then I found out about Tumblr. That's like kind of when the internet became a thing for me, because I knew I was gay. Like it was like, and I'd done something gay already. So I
love how you said that.
I did something gay.
I did gay things too.
I had no confusion. I mean, I had some confusion, but I was like, shit, this is definitely a problem.
Right.
And then I was like, where can I hear stories like this? Like, where can I watch these things?
And Tumblr was the place?
I watched a YouTube video, and this girl said, all the lesbians are on Tumblr. And I downloaded Tumblr that day.
Said done.
That second, I was like, what the hell is Tumblr? And then from there, and Tumblr was like this special sweet spot because it had some of the same elements like I think this generation has with Instagram, where you can follow people that you would never meet and then like maybe message them and whatever, like a whole DM situation. But it was so siloed on Tumblr. Like you were only going to find lesbians if you were looking for lesbians and you were a lesbian.
Fair.
So I was able to be like kind of out of the closet, but I was in the closet and I was in Oklahoma. I was in I was in the TV room of Tri Delta in Oklahoma on Tumblr being like, hey. I met a girlfriend through Tumblr.
Wow.
Yeah. And the rest is history. But Tumblr and then YouTube, now this.
Interesting.
Yeah. But the internet was like, that's how I figured out that you could
I couldn't
be gay.
figure that out.
Yeah. I feel like if you didn't have that as a resource, it could take longer.
Yeah. I was like using my fake ID to like drink at the bar downstairs from my apartment in South Florida. Like trying to hit on the bartender.
Nice. But I wonder too, I feel like East Coast has, even though it's still closed-minded, and especially then, there is like a little bit more representation going on. Like there were gay bars. Like I don't think there was a gay bar in Oklahoma.
Fair
you know?
point. Yeah.
I'm like, maybe in South Florida, like
no, there was.
There's some gay.
But I was like 17. I wasn't even old enough to like go to them. I mean, I had my fake, but like it was, I had to work to use it. But yeah, it was very interesting. I just didn't, I always say I didn't know how to be gay.
Yeah, I think that's so fair. I think people still don't know how to be gay.
I still don't.
I don't know if I know how to be gay.
No, you're good at being gay, I feel like.
Did you date a lot of girls before you met your wife?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like kind of a serial dater.
Okay. Serial monogamous? Like were you getting into like really...
Well, yeah, serial monogamous.
Yeah.
Always monogamous. I'm a lover. I don't like to... once I commit, I'm in. Mm-hmm. But yeah, just trying to, I mean, like we talked about, like trying to figure out what I wanted because I did not know what I wanted.
Yeah.
And so I kind of like started in the middle and then went, across the spectrum, just trying to find like what I wanted.
Yeah.
And still figuring it out until I met my wife and I was like, oh,
and then
those are all the things.
Made sense.
Yeah.
What kind of partner do you think you are?
Oh God. My answer or my wife's answer? No, I'm just kidding.
We could do both.
What kind of partner am I? You mean like in the gay world or just as a partner in general?
Like as a partner in general, like in a relationship.
I think what my wife would say is I'm very loyal to a fault. Mm-hmm. I am what's the word? I like to work. Mm-hmm. So I am oftentimes on the grind, in the zone, work. Mm-hmm. Like I got to schedule moments to be like...
To be present.
And I do. And that's worked for us. But yeah, I'm a workaholic. I'm a hustler. So I'm always on the go. My mind is going 100 miles per hour. I describe it. My wife wakes up. She likes to have her coffee. She likes to relax. She gets the kids off to school. She has her little routine. And I am like a tornado. I wake up and I'm like... Okay, babe. So, and I'm excited about it. It's not like negative energy, but it's a lot of energy. I'm like, the plumber's coming at this time, and I'm gonna go over to the building and check on the tenants, and this is happening. Oh, and by the way, we're doing this for our like. I go a million miles an hour, and I don't stop, and I thrive in that though.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
She's the opposite. She wants like her.
She's like chill.
Yeah, she's chill, and she wants her time, and she takes things slow, one at a time. She can't multitask. I'm like spinning 6 plates at once.
Agreed.
So
Me
that
too.
yeah, I think that summarizes me. I'm loyal, very affectionate. Yeah, my love languages. We're getting deep here.
Yeah, what are they?
My love languages?
Yeah.
I think physical touch and words of affirmation probably.
Yeah.
I'm just like a lover.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that for you.
Yeah. What about you? What kind of partner are you?
Okay. You're asking me at a weird time. I'm a very committed person.
Yes.
So when I like date someone, I'm gonna date them, and I will ride it out until
the wheels fall off. Me too.
Yeah.
Wow, we're the same.
So, but I'm like, I love to help.
Okay.
But like in a way that I also have to communicate that there is like a selfishness to the helping too, because I'm like, this is not just selfless. Like I'm not just doing all these things for you because I'm like this amazing, nice person. It's like I love the feeling of like being helpful to someone.
Okay, but all the same.
Yeah, I love
intention. Yeah.
to like know. I like to know people's favorite things and like remember them.
That's really cute.
Like in friendships and relationships, you know, like
Very
if someone's
thoughtful.
coming to my house, I'm like, what do they like? You know, stuff
Wow.
like that. But also I could be like defensive, like if you want to know the bad things about me.
Can't we all? I mean,
Yeah.
I thought we were hyping ourselves
Yeah,
up
yeah,
here,
sorry.
so I was like,
Sorry, but no.
I'm fucking great.
I'm an amazing partner.
I'm so good.
I'm the best.
Off the market, but so good.
Yes.
You're on the market.
I'm dating myself.
Yeah, oh, I like that. We all
Trying.
need to do that at some point.
Yeah. Do you feel like you had periods of time where you were?
Oh yeah. Just being on the road for 10 years, 52 weeks a year.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
was a lot of dating myself because it was, well, those years were meant to be selfish, I think. I think it was a unique time where it was like, these are the years that I need to grind and set up my life. And probably wasn't fair to the girls I dated at the time because it was like, I didn't have everything to give them
Yeah.
at that moment. And that's why it's also like right person, right time. And that's why things just worked out amazingly with Tony. But it was like, yeah, I was on my grind. I was on the come up and I really wanted to focus on that. But I also had a big heart and loved love. So
Yeah.
I wanted both.
Yeah.
But I don't think I could have had both at that time.
That makes sense.
You know?
Yeah, totally. Do you feel like, was there something that felt like so different when you met your wife? that
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Instantaneously. It was, I tell her all the time. I was single for a good amount of time before I met my wife. And I was like ready to just stay single because I was like, I'd been through it. It's not working. It's just not working. When I met Tony, it was the difference of like, I was like anxious dating before. I don't know if that makes sense. Like
Yeah.
holding on for dear life and like forcing things and trying to make them work. And like, I'll accept all your flaws and red flags. I'll collect them in a pile and keep them in my back pocket. And when I met Tony, it was like peace, like instant, like I could breathe.
Yeah.
There was no trying too hard. Like it wasn't like I was trying to be anything I wasn't. It was just like, she felt like home. I know it sounds really weird.
I'm going to cry.
Stop it.
I'm going to cry. No,
It really
that's so
felt like
sweet.
home.
Was like, when do you think in your brain you're like, I'm going to marry this girl?
The night we met.
No way.
Yeah, we have a crazy meeting story. So long story short, we followed each other on social for a long time. And I was like a running joke in her last relationship. I was like her hall pass.
No way.
And her ex's hall pass was like Demi Lovato. And she's like, well, then I get one. Mine's Daria from WWE, whatever. And so that was like a running joke for years. So we followed each other. She had gotten single. I had been single. And she just slid in my DMs and said, hey. And I was like, what's this girl want? I was like, what's up? And I was like, I thought she was so beautiful. But I always looked from afar because she had a,
Yeah. You're respectful.
yeah, she had an ex-girlfriend and they were doing their thing. And I was like, oh, I don't want to mess up with that. But I really thought highly of her. So when she slid in my DMs, I was like, oh, what does she want? And then she was like, said something like, I'm newly single. I was like, where do you live? And she was like, the Northeast. And I was like, I have a show tomorrow in Albany, New York. Come,
No way.
I'll get you a ticket.
This is so
and
quick.
then I'll take you to dinner after. And she was like,
Okay.
okay. So she drove like 4 hours to Albany. I ended up being the main event of the show. So I went on last. So the
Okay,
perfect,
huge flex.
yes.
You were showing off.
I
that day.
didn't
You're
even
like,
have a choice over it. It just
Yeah.
happened to be how it worked out. But the perfect dinner reservation and plan I had made had gone to crap now because the restaurant had closed because
it's
I was
like
on late in Albany, New York. Nothing is open late. So now I meet up with her after and I'm like, oh my God, where am I going to take this girl?
Yeah.
I'm like Googling like restaurants, like mapsing, like restaurant, everything's closed.
Yeah.
One place is open. College dive bar.
Stop.
I'm like, well, this is what it's going to be. So I'm like, I'm so sorry, but like this bar is the only place open. Like, you down to go get a drink and just chill? She's like, yeah, of course, anything. We go, we sit in a back room. They give you tickets when you buy a beer to get a free pizza in the back.
This is so college dive bar.
Like legit, like an easy bake oven pizza. Like it wasn't even edible.
Yeah.
And we go back, get the pizza. We sit in the back room for like, not even kidding you, 6 hours.
No.
We close the place down. We're the last ones in it. Just talking.
That's so
And
cute.
she was just like, her soul and my soul just were simpatico. Like they just were on the same page with everything. She was hardworking and she was real and she was just everything I ever wanted.
You're going to make me cry.
Stop it.
You're going to make me cry. That's so, I can't believe that happened like that.
It was crazy.
And also it's like all the best meeting stories or like when the restaurant closes or something, right? It's like when you just go on the normal date the way that you like meant for it to be.
100%. Well,
it's never right.
It was the universe being like, no, Daria. No. You're trying to be a big ball. You're trying to flex. You're trying to do all this stuff. This girl doesn't need that.
Yeah, just be yourself.
Just be you, because that's all this girl wants, and that's exactly what it was.
And now you're married.
Now we're married.
This episode is sponsored by Rula. Rula is on a mission to make high-quality mental health care from a licensed professional easy and affordable for everyone. They take most major insurance, and the copay on average is $15 per session. Rula isn't just affordable, they stick with you throughout the journey, making sure you get the best therapy and you're making progress. End-to-end care. The first step on your journey to mental well-being is easy. Rula starts by asking you a few questions about what's important to you, and then provides a list of licensed in-network professionals who match your preferences. Thousands have already trusted Rula to help them on their journey towards improved mental health and overall well-being. Head on over to rula.com/Shannon to get started today. After you sign up, they ask where you heard about them. Please support my show and let them know that I sent you. Go to rula.com/Shannon and take the first steps towards better mental health today. You deserve quality care from someone who cares. This episode is sponsored by Skims. I feel like I've been hearing people talk about Skims for so long, but I have managed to miss the train so far. But finally, I got to try them, and the new Fits Everybody collection is so comfortable. The material is so soft, and also, as someone with a smaller chest, I think that I know a thing or two about a bralette. The Fits Everybody Triangle bralette is so comfortable and lightweight, and honestly, I love that I can wear it underneath my white t-shirts and you can't see like the lines of my bra, because so often I think you can. But I really, really love these bras. They're very, very comfortable, and like the material is, again, so soft. Like, what is it made out of? Shop Skims Ultimate Bra Collection and more at skims.com and at Skims LA flagship on Sunset Boulevard. After you place your order, make sure you let them know I sent you. Select podcast in the survey, and then in the drop-down menu, make sure you pick my podcast. Look how simple and cute. We love simple and cute. Simple and cute.
Did you tell her then? Like, when did you tell her? I knew I was going to marry you the first time I met you.
When did I tell her that? I remember the moment. We went to this restaurant. We were in Long Island, Long Beach, and I had gotten a hotel for us, and it was like a little date weekend. Mm-hmm. It's probably like the third time we hung out, fourth maybe. And I decided to make this reservation. It was at this little place. It was like a little library, but like with a restaurant inside.
Cute. And
it was like candlelit, like super romantic and cute. And we're sitting there, and I don't know what came over me, but I gave her like this whole like speech, like a sermon about my love for her and how I've never thought I would meet someone like her, and how she's so genuine and so authentic, and she's not crazy, and she's not jealous, and like just all the things that I never thought I would find in a woman. And like, I'm gonna marry you, and I love you so much, and I just want to like to let you know, like, this is it for me, and like just stand by my side and trust me, and like I'm gonna be here. And she started crying, and
I'm about to too.
Yeah, and that was the moment.
Did she reciprocate it? Like, was she
yeah, she was over the moon. She was like, I think to that point she was already more open about how she was feeling. I was kind of reserved because I couldn't believe it was happening.
Yeah.
I had been in so many bad relationships prior to that.
Fair.
Just shit shows. And so I was kind of hesitant to like
you were being more reserved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was like, yeah.
So, but when I'm thinking about her vows again, but she's like more guarded, so like maybe in front of other people, but is she like that when it's just you and her?
Yeah. I wear my heart on my sleeve. Mm-hmm. Like, I'll tell you anything I'm feeling right now. You'll know if I don't like you. You'll know if I like you. Like, I'm just like, what you see is what you get. It's very transparency. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, I wear my heart on my sleeve. Tony is a little more like reserved. Mm-hmm. Like, she will, she'll be mad, but she might not know why she's mad, or she'll be in a great mood. She might not be able to tell you why. Like, she's a little less like introspective with her emotions. More, which is great, 'cause she's kind of just like always in the moment and like just living.
You guys are like balancing each other out.
Yeah, we do. It's a lot of yin and yang in our house. But yeah.
Do you guys like share makeup and stuff?
Oh yeah, we're girls.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, she does my makeup. I'll say that.
She does your
Yeah,
makeup.
she used to be a makeup artist, so she's amazing. She's not here with me, which is why you get this
Your
today.
makeup
but
looks amazing.
No, it's just basic. But when my wife does it, she can like really do makeup. So
That's so cute. Does she still do makeup?
no, she's she holds down the fort. We have a lot of animals and
You've got a
humans to
lot
keep alive.
Yeah, you've got a lot going on over there. People love to diagnose people with things. Like,
can we talk about that?
Yeah, I feel like especially right now, like people love to do a
One
diagnosis.
of my pet peeves, because now, all right, we're in this generation of everyone has a therapist.
Yeah,
which fine, that's cool, that's good. I've been in and out of therapy multiple times, but everyone thinks that they can diagnose people. Like, you know how many times I hear the word narcissist thrown around?
I know.
And it's like, are we even understanding what we're saying?
No, we're definitely not. Well, my sister is also a therapist.
Okay.
And she has this like thing where she's so like pissed off at other therapists for diagnosing people that are not their clients.
Fair.
Like she'll be like, you can't. She's like, I don't even like to diagnose my clients with things because a diagnosis like that is like can really change your whole life and the way you think of yourself. And it's
of course,
very
it changes
like, you
your
have to be
perspective.
very sensitive about it. And she's like, and too many therapists are not only not diagnosing their own patients, but they're diagnosing like the people that they talk
their
about.
spouse or their mom, and they bring them up in therapy, and they're like, "Oh, she's definitely a narcissist."
Exactly.
And then you have that in your head, and then you're all fueled and driven.
Exactly. No.
Yeah.
And I've seen it in like friendships or like even family where someone will get something like that, like a diagnosis of someone that they dated, and then it's like, and then there's no self-reflection anymore of their own stuff because it's like, well, they have this illness, and I'm like, but why did you date them? Like when I talk, there's one person in particular, my dad. I'm like, but why? Why did that happen to you? Even if say they are these things, why did you date them? Like why focus on that? Because
that's what you can
you are broken up. So
100%.
What does it matter what that person has? Why would you date someone who has that thing?
100%.
But
because there's like, I feel like that's a way to take like self-awareness off of yourself, and it's like, well, if I could just put it all on someone else, oh, they were crazy, they were a narcissist, and it just gives you the escape.
Yeah, but then
I feel like you're the opposite. I'm gonna venture to say that you take it all on yourself, and you will over empathize with the other person because you're an empath and you feel so deeply. So that I
don't think I'm an empath, but because I don't know that I believe in that. But I do.
You're like, you can't label me with something I don't even believe in.
but I do. I think what I'm dealing with usually in life is that I can like see why people are acting the way that they are acting. Like I can see and I understand, and then I make a lot of excuses for like I'm like, well, it's because she's hurt, or it's because he's feeling like this, or it's because he feels insecure.
So you mean you empathize?
Well, and then I'm like, I'm putting up with so much that, and I think my deepest wound in my life, I feel like everyone has their deepest wound, and it kind of like, it's what drives them. And mine is believing that I'm a bad person. Like I'm like, and a big part of it comes from my queerness of just having this idea that like when people know me, they will not like me because when they really know me, they won't like me because this thing about me is like wrong. And even after I came out and even after now, obviously I love gay people. I know that being gay is not wrong. I don't think I'm bad like for being gay.
Right.
But it's like a part of my character. Like it's so deeply wounded like in me that I'm like, oh my God, they're going to know that I am bad. And then it's so unfortunate because then it like is a driving factor in relationships to a point where I end up actually kind of doing bad things. Like they're not bad, but
because you're fitting your own narrative.
Like I'll be nice instead of being kind. Like I will do the nice thing and like let people whatever. And then I'm like, wait, that actually is hurting this person worse in the end because they are getting mixed signals from me because I'm not setting boundaries and I'm not like standing up for myself. And I'm not. And so like it is this like double-edged sword where I actually end up hurting people because I'm trying so hard to be good. And it's like,
that's like the most relatable thing ever though.
I just need to believe that I am good so that when something happens, I can be like, I cannot do that for you.
Right.
And it's not because I'm a bad person. It is because I'm trying to take care of myself and also you.
And give you the better version of me.
Yeah.
Because you got to fill your cup first.
But I'm like, oh my God, I'm fucking 32. When the hell am I going to figure
No, but that's like a forever evolving journey.
Yeah, for sure. Do you think you have a deepest wound?
Oh God, you're so reflective, and you really you did that work. You're in there. I'm like, let me think. Deepest wound. Yeah, I mean, yeah, for sure. Probably being told like I wasn't good enough. Yeah, and just like not being good enough for certain things. So I can make myself small in certain situations and stuff like that just to fit a narrative or fit a room. But I don't know, because I'm such I can see devil's advocate to everything I say. Like I can be like, yes, that is true, but that has made me this way, which has made me successful. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I love every like give me it all. Like all my shit, bring it to the surface, let's use it. Like because I do think that I say this all the time and I said it to you out there, but like I firmly live by like there's only one of us like on this earth created. Like you were uniquely created to be you. I was created to be me. You weren't meant to emulate me. I wasn't meant to replicate you. Like we all have our very own unique identification in this world. And like when I think like that, it turns off my comparison with other things or people. Like it just makes me like lean into me. And it's like, okay, if I'm the one that's more brash or more strong-minded, then well, that's just me. Yeah. You know, and it's not to deflect away from making good self-changes.
No, of course.
Or evolving as a human. Because we all need to work on something.
It's not that you're stuck in one way.
No.
But it's like, these are parts of myself.
Yeah.
And I'm like, allowed to love myself.
Fully.
Yeah.
And like lean into them, right? Like everything you've created for yourself, like it's so impressive. And you say you're 31 as if it's old earlier, but like in the realm of what you've done, like, that 31 is young. Yeah. So it's like, you know.
It's, Also, I really do feel like, I don't know, I don't think it happens for everyone, but I do think my queerness in a way, like, really stunted my, like, growing up in a way. Because it just, like, put everything off, like, a little bit, you know?
I get that.
I was so internally... And that's also probably why I'm so self-reflective, because I was so alone with my thoughts for so long, being like, oh my God, this, oh my God, this, oh my God, this, and not talking to anyone about it, not going to therapy, not just like literally sitting with that for myself for so long, that I feel like only recently I'm like, I am a grown up. Like I can take care of myself. I trust myself. And I'm like, okay, 2025, I'm going to also be like, and you are a good person.
You are a good person.
But do you believe in, like, do you do, like, manifestations, or do you do, like...
Yes.
Yeah.
I've manifested every single piece of my life. Yeah. And, like, sometimes to a fault, because, like, I'll think of things that, like, you know, maybe won't ever happen. But I'm very big in manifestation. I'm also very big in, like, the power of the universe. Like, you put good out, you'll get good back. And, like, you plant the seeds for what you want, and you can get it.
What's your biggest dream?
You know, it's interesting. No one's asked me that recently. Since I was probably 9 or 10 years old, I always felt such a deep connection to television and film. Like, as some people would listen to music when they were depressed or sad, I would have issues at school and I'd come home and like binge watch One Tree Hill just to like put my mind in a different universe. And like, I would be unable to think about what's happening in real life because I was so engulfed in this storyline. Yeah. So that became like such a powerful thing in my life. And so because of that, from a very young age, I wanted to be an actress. And then life took its different roads and I ended up having an amazing 10-year career in WWE and being a wrestler. And I loved every minute of it. But now that that chapter is closed, I feel like I manifested and I feel like the universe is telling me like, now's the time to go. Yeah. Do that other thing that you really love. Cool. And ironically, I booked my first film the same week I departed WWE. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you. So that's like a weird universal sign. Like,
totally.
You can't ignore that sign.
No, that's so meant to be.
Yeah.
And also, you have been acting for 10 years.
Correct. And
not just acting. I think I sometimes take for granted what a skill it is to feel comfortable in front of a camera.
Oh,
because
interesting.
It is weird. Like,
you're really good at it though.
Well, that's nice, but I can't talk to a camera the way that you probably can talk to a camera, but I can forget that the camera is there.
But that's like
But that's
real art in
and
your world.
not everyone can do that. And you doing what you've just done for 10 years, you are so, that's like so practiced and so like,
Thank you.
It's going to be so easy for you to make that jump. I
hope
feel.
so. I'm excited.
Yeah. I mean, easy. It will be comfortable. Like at least.
Fluid.
Yeah,
like
you can do it.
Yeah, I think
you definitely can do it.
I'm excited.
That's so awesome.
Yeah.
Are you like, is there a genre of movie and TV that is most appealing to you?
I think the natural, like organic first fit is like the femme fatale thriller action. Yeah, like I grew up just loving thrillers. Like something that could be a psychological thriller while being high action. Like I love the John Wick movies, like stuff like that. So I could definitely see something like that being really cool. But then as I dive deeper into it and I, enhance my acting skills and practice and all that, I'd love to, challenge myself in different ways and I love rom-coms. I love, I love all film and television.
Yeah.
I'm obsessed with like government conspiracy and like government agency stuff. So like I'd love to do like a, FBI or like a.
I feel like you could give like agent.
Definitely. Like that's where, or even like the other side, like the, I don't know, what's it called? Like, I gotta be the good guy or the bad guy. I feel like you go both ways, but the agent, I just feel so
you could
natural.
Do you think you would play a better good guy or a better bad guy?
Well, for 10 years, I played a bad one. So I'm very good at being a bitch. And I really honed that skill. So, but that's also a very particular character. So I don't know what world she fits in on film. But, maybe bad guy. Yeah. It's just in there.
You can do
I'm a bad person too. I believe I'm bad.
We're both bad.
We're both
bad guys too.
Yeah, maybe bad guy.
Do you have like would you have a preference on playing characters that are queer, or you would play any character? Obviously, I mean, I don't, but would you love to play a lesbian character?
I think it would be cool to play a queer character. I really haven't put much thought into it.
Yeah.
A lot of the roles I've been reading for are like non-sexual, like there's not like a relationship dynamic to it, but I have read a couple where it was like I had a husband and there was one where I had a girlfriend, but like, so I'm open. I want to put out like good work and I feel like I represent myself, so even if it's me playing a non-queer role, it's still representation in, in the project. But I think it would be cool. It'd be more natural. It'd be easier it'd be more organic than
but obviously you will be representation no matter what, because then you'll come to the red carpet and you'll have your wife,
which is not seen a lot,
barely at all, which is so nice. I love an acceptance speech when they say something about like their girlfriend or boyfriend and like they're gay. I'm like,
kind of cute, right? Like, they're few and far in between.
Jodie Foster, when she'll say something about her wife, I'm like, sometimes I forget she's gay.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, how could I forget that? She's so gay.
She's so gay.
She's so gay. Would you think that WWE wrestlers tend to be more tops or bottoms?
The men or the women?
Both. Like, I think, and for clarity, I think that there's a top and bottom dynamic in hetero sex
for sure,
as well,
for sure. Yeah. I'm gonna give an interesting answer. I think more bottoms because there's so much traveling, there's so much hard work, there's so much you have to be on all the time. You're hustling, you're bustling, and I think a lot of them want to go home and just be taken care of,
like be baby, right?
I think I'm gonna lean towards bottoms.
That's what I would assume too. Like I'm like, there's so much like hyper masculinity going on there too that I'm like,
they probably just want to go home and just shut it off.
Yeah, they probably are like, can you please rub my head?
Yeah, I see that.
Just like braiding their hair and stuff. I'm like, come on.
I could see that.
Sex.
She just laughs and says sex.
Well, it's such a
sex.
It's such a like, it's a delicate dance, obviously.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I also am like, you have a wife.
I do.
Do you feel like your character, Sonia, do you feel like she was sexual?
Never until maybe like there was like a 1 year span with the strappy tops you talked about earlier, where she started to lean into her femininity and her sexuality. Yeah.
That's so interesting that when you talk about her, it's like her.
Yeah, it's her. Yeah, it's not me.
You're so like separated from it.
Mm-hmm.
That's so did that feel weird? Because when you play, I feel like people, when they play a character for so long, like
Yeah, they become it.
it blends.
But I mean, parts of us are similar, obviously, but she is such a theatrical character in a way because, you know, wrestling, you have to like turn everything up to like 100. It's like a version of you turned up to 100 with some additives, you know? So it's like, she's, you know, much more dramatic and stuff than I am, but there's some similarities. They're both like, Sonia and Daria both would fight till the end of the earth to get what they want. Yeah. Difference is Daria has different means of going about it, whereas Sonia would literally do anything. So, yeah.
Do you think, was your wife attracted to the character that you played?
Yes. My wife loved Sonia. I think that's safe to say. Yes.
Okay.
That's really funny. She really says that a lot. So that was
she had a little crush because she was also like following you before, right?
Yeah. But it was cool because she got to like she would come to a lot of my shows, and I'd get off stage and I'd still be in my gear and I'd still kind of be in it, and she loved it. And then I come home and I throw sweatpants on and take my makeup off, and then she has that version. So it's like she
gets both.
Yeah.
What do you think about pheromones? Do you ever think about them?
About what?
Pheromones. Like, do you believe in like
that is so weird you just said that.
Why?
I wish we could call my wife right now.
No way. I've never asked this question. I don't even know why I'm asking you. I'm just thinking about it.
You must be like interconnected in my brain. This is so weird. When me and my wife first started dating, I would always smell this like one part of her like clavicle bone, like her chest muscle.
Yeah.
And I would always be like, something about your pheromones. And she was like, pheromones? The same way I was just like, pheromones. I like, your pheromones were meant for me. Like, I connect to them. And she'd be like, oh, you're so funny. Like, and I was like, no, like, your scent was made. That's why we're meant to be.
Yeah. No, I think that
you believe in pheromones
so much.
Oh my God.
So much.
So have you found your matching pheromones?
No.
You thought you did?
No. I just have felt moments of being like, wow, that is like so abnormal how connected I
You think it's only a woman thing?
No, I don't think so. But I feel like, because I also like when you love someone, don't you like, you like the smell of their sweat even?
Yes.
You're like, why am I into that?
What? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just love them.
But does your wife think you have pheromones?
She has no idea. She's not in the pheromone game. I remember when I said it, we were laying in her bed at her old house, and I told her the whole like pheromone speech, and I was like, I'm just so connected to like your pheromones.
Yeah. No, I think it's so real. I think it's so interesting. I feel like it should be studied.
It should be studied.
Right? Okay. Are you a little spoon or are you a big spoon?
Usually the big spoon.
Yeah.
But occasionally the little spoon.
Oh.
If I'm like really tired and I'll turn over and she'll just like cuddle up behind me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, we'll go with this for now.
Do you feel like you have like gender norms going on in your life, or do you feel like you guys have like...
We are weirdly hetero.
Okay.
Yeah, like I would say 80%. There's 20% that like blends and we're kind of just like both women because we are. Because we're chicks at the end of the day. But yes, it's like she will not touch the garbage. I always take out the trash.
Okay.
What else? When our chickens die, I have to get rid of the bodies. I just told this story on my TikTok. You're going to die. She once left a dead chicken in our shower in a bin for 3 days because I wasn't going to be home from work for 3 days. And I was like, babe, you have to go take that outside. And she was like, no. And I was like, no, you have to.
You have to.
We cannot have a rotting chicken living in our shower that our guests use. And she's like, no.
How did it get in there?
Well... The whole story is it got sick and she brought it in to nurse it back to health. I left for the road. She left it in there to keep an eye on it and give it antibiotics and, take care of it. Well, it didn't make it. And so I left. I wasn't going to be back for 3 days. And she was like, yeah, I'm not touching that. And I was like.
So she was touching it when it was alive and then it died. And she's
right.
Like,
and she was like, all hands off. Yeah.
I feel like if it had just died,
Nope. To be honest, I've disposed of a lot of chickens because
what's going on?
The turnover rate's high.
Yeah, what?
It's really sad.
The turnover rate is high.
It's sad. It's the cold weather and black bears. Oh. We've had a few eaten by black bears. It was caught on our security cameras.
Oh my God, scary.
Yeah, it's kind of traumatizing. There's been quite a few things that have happened. Trial and error with the chickies, but also like they get egg bound, so eggs get lodged in their tummy and they can't get them out, or wherever eggs go.
Yeah.
Maybe not their tummy.
We don't need to know. It's not for us to know.
Anyway, they get egg bound and then they die. So it is sad, but she left it in the shower nonetheless. And I got home 3 days later and then had to dispose of the chicken.
So there are some gender roles.
There's definitely some gender. And she's like Susie Homemaker. My wife is like homemade meals every night, homemade sourdough from a sourdough starter, which I didn't even know what that sentence meant.
Yeah.
3 years ago.
Yeah.
Whatever. They passed it around. It's like a girls club thing.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, she's like the best.
Cute.
In that sense. So yeah.
When you are on the road so often, do you feel like because you have such a busy life and you have like a family and so many responsibilities, do you feel like sex in your life is something that has to become more like a scheduled thing, or like you have to have a lot more intention to make sure?
No, not necessarily. I feel like our moments to be present with each other have to be more scheduled, which of course those present moments always lead to sex.
Yeah.
So maybe in a roundabout way, but it's like, it's more so like she has so much going on with the kids and the house and the animals and everything else. And then I have a lot going on with work. So just finding the time to be together and be present where we're not running the kids to activities or going to a cheer competition in Washington, D.C. Like,
yeah,
scheduling wise, like we just have to find like our date night once a week and our time.
And you have a date night once a week?
We do.
Do you go out when you have a date night?
Yes, we get a babysitter. We're like, bye, see you later.
Nice.
We go out. We have to, because we have to shut down the stress of the house and all the things going on. You know what I mean?
Like separate yourself.
You got to
from
separate it.
Yeah.
And the kids, like if we're home having a date night, the kids are going to come down 42 times and be like, mom, Daria, mom.
Yeah.
You know, like it's their kids. So we have to go out of the house. We have to make sure we just prioritize like our time.
Do you have like a favorite date night thing that you guys do?
Oh, we did a drive-in movie theater one time, and I loved that.
That's so
we
nice.
like camped out. We brought all the things, opened up the back of our truck, and like made a bed, watched a movie, got pizza. We actually stopped at the best pizza place on the way.
Nice.
Picked up a large pie, smuggled it in because you're not allowed to bring food in, and then also got like popcorn candy there. It was great. I mean, I love food. You can tell.
I love food.
Like focusing on the food.
That's so.
But the date night, it was amazing.
It feels like you guys have, I don't know, obviously such a loving relationship, but like I feel like drive-in movie is just like peak romance. Like it's just, and also so nostalgic and like kind of high school. I feel
was like fun.
My dream like partnership, I think, with someone in the future would be,
tell me,
like to feel young all the time in a way of like wanting to do all the cute things. I feel like there's been moments in my life where I fear as you get older, love becomes less exciting or like,
right.
And I think for me, especially, love gets harder to be vulnerable because I've loved and lost.
Fair.
So like your first love, you're so able to just be like, oh my God, I'm going to tell you every single thing that ever popped into my head. And I'm going to write you every single note. And I'm going to send you flowers and I'm going to give you gifts and I'm going to do these things. And like something happens as you get older where there's like this fear and anxiety of like, oh my God, I don't want to scare you away. And I don't want to lose you. What if I do all these things and you don't like me and like it doesn't work? And like, but my dream love would be to not have that fear and also just feel like falling in love like the first time again.
I 100% understand that feeling.
Yeah.
And I think I subconsciously or consciously had that before Tony. But then when I met Tony, and I don't know, I'm not like some philosophic love expert, but it's like I feel like when you meet the right one, that stuff kind of goes
like
away in time. Yeah. It's just like, the good stuff comes back and the bad stuff goes away. It's like when I met her, it was just like a stillness is the only way I can describe it. It was like there was no I could just be like it just was what it was. Like
you've made me believe in love again.
Oh yay. Today. I hope so.
I'm so grateful for this conversation. I will leave you. I won't ask you any more sex questions because I can't fucking think of any.
Sweating. Good.
I feel like it was safe, right?
It was safe.
We got out of there. Okay, guys. I hope you enjoyed this episode of X's and O's. You can follow Daria on all of her social media. It will be below. And also, do you have anything exciting coming up you want to tell them?
A lot of things, but you guys are gonna have to stay tuned. Maybe me and my wife are dropping a podcast of our own. Maybe it's already out. I don't know. Follow me on my socials and find out.
And they're all below, so you can just click them. Okay. Bye.
Bye.
This episode is sponsored by Skims. After all the hype I've heard about Skims for so long, I am so happy that I finally got to try it for myself. Again, their bralettes from their Fits Everybody collection are very, 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 very cute. Very, 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 very simple. Shop Skims Ultimate Bra Collection at skims.com or at the LA flagship on Sunset Boulevard. After you place your order, be sure to let them know that I sent you. Select podcast from the survey, and then in the drop-down menu, pick my podcast so they know I'm the one who sent you there.